Hello, this is a quick introduction to what you can do with the desktop publishing program PageStream on AROS. The reason why I'm making this video is there's been a bit of discussion recently about what software is available for AROS or the Amiga in general, which is good productivity software and in particular Office software. Well, we do have some fantastic Office software in the form of PageStream, which is a professional level desktop publishing program. It's a commercial program, but it's still in development for the various flavors of Amiga, which is something you can't say about many Amiga programs these days. You can get versions of PageStream for Amiga 68K and for Amiga OS 4 and for MorphOS. Unfortunately, you can't get a native version for AROS, but given the great support that the authors are still giving to the Amiga, despite having Windows versions and Linux versions and Mac versions, they're still supporting the Amiga. I would hope, I hold out hope that one day we will have an AROS version of it. But in the meantime, you can still run it, the 68K version via Janus, and on a reasonably spec machine it runs very nicely indeed. So to the video. Now it's the second time I've actually tried to make this video, because YouTube is now limited you to 10 minutes, and my first video went over 10 minutes. I've done 15 minutes, and even that is nowhere near enough time to show the various features of PageStream. So I thought I'd try a different approach this time and actually show the sort of things that I've produced using PageStream for my work as a physics teacher. So I've got some documents here. I've actually pulled them up as the PDF versions, which I use to distribute with my colleagues and put on the internet for the students. And that shows a nice trick of PageStream. You can save documents as PDFs. You can also import PDFs as well. So if you've got a PDF you want to import and edit, you can do that. I actually use a trick with my PDFs, and if you've ever noticed with PDFs, sometimes the fonts can go horribly wrong because the machine you're viewing the PDF on has got the wrong fonts on it. What I do with mine is I use PageStream's AROS interface to program it to actually output the pages as a PDF full of bitmap documents. So I print all the pages out as bitmaps, high resolution bitmaps, and then reload them into PageStream and save them out as a PDF. That way anybody with a PDF viewer can view them, but all the fonts are absolutely perfect. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of these documents. Here's the start of one. See, lots of text in here. PageStream is great for entering text. In fact, it's got its own text editor, which can bash out text very quickly. Spell checking, of course. Lots of different native languages for spell checking. French, German, American, even English, which is fantastic. But PageStream isn't just about text. It's also about graphics. So if I pop across here, here we go. This is showing how you can create graphic boxes to drop text in. I make a lot of use of these for various tables and lay them out. Various different symbols and fonts here. PageStream has got fantastic font support. You can use Type 1, you can use TrueType, CompuGraphic, and PageStream's own format DMF. So you're never short of a font to use. What else? Here are some cards I produced, showing the ability to lay out the graphics, pop the text into those, different formulas. Brilliant for laying out formulas using the various text and graphic commands. Some graphs that I've plotted here. These are actually created in a graph plotting program. Import the data into PageStream, so these graphs are actually mathematically correct, and then use PageStream drawing commands to build the rest of the axes and so forth around them. Another one here. Here's showing different text styles. You can create various text tags with indents, tabs, size of font, etc., etc. So you can create a whole lot of text tags so all your documents look nice and consistent, and you just apply the tag and everything looks very neat and tidy and very, very professional. And it works a lot better than the ones do in Word, in that it doesn't try and guess what you want but actually does what you tell it to, which I think is wonderful. The next document, again just showing a little bit of table work here, and the fact you can create grids very easily. There we go. It's probably not showing terribly well on the screen, but that's a piece of graph paper I created just using the grid tool in PageStream. That was very, very easy and quick to create. This one here just shows a few more of the graphics you can do. This just shows the Bezier curves. And you see these are some magnetic fields here, some magnetic field shapes that I've created. And they were pretty easy to create, so using the Bezier curves, just pulling and tugging at them to get them into the right shape. What next? Something slightly different, something with a bit of colour in it. All my work documents tend to be black and white because it's cheaper to photocopy. Here's just an invite for one of our Halloween parties. Structured graphic dropped in here. It's got loads of graphic import filters. So this is a structured graphic draw 2D. Or I should say all those other graphics I was showing you, they were all structured graphics as well. Makes it obviously very easy to edit. Some more structured graphic clip art here. Bit more font support. You can of course also import bitmap graphics. Full range of bitmaps, ILBM, PCX, PNG, JPEG. In fact, it's even got its own dedicated bitmap editor to do things like light and dark and change contrast, etc, etc. So that's fantastic. That's the one I tend to use. I'll change size of graphics, change type of graphics, say to a GIF. So that's the one I tend to use the most for bitmap editing. And there's another one just there for another party that we had. Right, having been caught out once by YouTube's new time limit, I'm going to cut it off there, but I'm hoping to make a few more, just showing a few tutorials using PageStream itself, showing how you use some of the tools. So hopefully I'll pop some of those up on the internet in the near future. Okay, hope that found that interesting. Bye.